ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delayed Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. But first, let us catch up with the major headlines. Effective efforts to ensure participation of women in development programs in Fortosawa subzone. Commendable maternity and child care services in Haga subzone. South Korean and U.S. forces hold joint military drill next month. And Iran nears a deal to buy anti-ship missile from China. Proceeding with our reports. Ms. Amna Eagle, head of the National Union of Eritrean Women branch in Fortosawa subzone, stated that effective activities has been carried out in the subzone to ensure women's participation in the national development programs. Ms. Amna reported that promotional activities aimed at eradicating harmful practices have been conducted in 13 administrative areas of the subzone. Vocational training programs to enhance the capacity of women have also been organized, and meetings have been held to strengthen women's participation in the development programs. She further called on reinforced role and active participation of administrators at all levels in efforts to eradicate harmful practices that negatively affect physical and psychological development of women. In the Fortosawa subzone, there are over 5,400 members of the National Union of Eritrean Women branch in the subzone. In related news, a seminar focusing on ensuring the rights of women and eradicating harmful practices was provided to religious leaders and women representatives in my Aini subzone. At the meeting, an extensive briefing was given on consequences of harmful practices on the health of women and infants. Participants also called upon to play a due role in ensuring the rights of children and the eradication of harmful practices. Assistant Nurse Mohammed Osman, head of the Hashishai Health Station in Haga subzone, reported that commendable efforts are being exerted to ensure the health of mother and children, as well as expanding vaccination coverage. Assistant Nurse Mohammed stated that achievements registered are the result of the growing public awareness on health issues, along with the expansion of health infrastructure, including maternity waiting rooms. Noting that existing shortcomings are becoming addressing through the integrated efforts of the Ministry of Health and the regional administration, Assistant Nurse Mohammed said that 4 maternity waiting rooms have been established, laboratory services have been introduced, and vaccination coverage for children has reached 100%. Residents, for their part, commended health care service provided by health stations and expressed their commitment to continue playing their role. The Hashishai Health Station is located 19 kilometers northwest of Hagas town and provides health care services to residents of Hashishai administrative area and the surrounding areas. Nationals residing in France, Sweden, the UK, Switzerland, and Germany have conducted various activities aimed at strengthening their organizational capacity as well as reinforcing their attachment to their homeland and the national culture. Accordingly, nationals residing in Paris and its environs commemorated the 36th anniversary of Operation Funkel with patriotic zeal under the theme Heroic Operation Funkel Heritage for Generations. Highlighting the heroic feat demonstrated by liberation fighters during Operation Funkel, Mr. Berkhat Paulos, chargé d'affaires at the Eritrean Embassy, stated that the annual commemoration serves as a reminder for nationals to renew the pledge and strengthen resilience. In the same vein, PFDJ organization in Sweden conducted its 6th Congress on 21st February. At the event, Ms. Zaid Awazgi, chairperson of the organization, and Mr. Mohammed Ali Mohammed Saeed, chargé d'affaires at the Eritrean Embassy on the Scandinavian countries, stated that organization have exerted praiseworthy efforts in strengthening its organizational capacity thanks to the encouraging participation of members. The Congress also elected a new executive committee. In a related news, Mr. Salah Abdullah, chargé d'affaires at the Eritrean Embassy in the UK and Ireland, conducted a seminar for nationals in Manchester focusing on political, economic, diplomatic activities in the homeland and lights of the regional and global development. He called on the nationals to work earnestly to strengthen organizational capacity and participation in the national affairs. Mr. Walday Fisahay, chairman of the Eritrean community in Manchester, and Mr. Habtom Tasfagergis, secretary of National Committee in the UK and Northern Ireland, provided extensive briefing on the efforts being exerted to strengthen organizational capacity and contributions towards the construction of the Earl Boarding School. Heads of the National Union of Eritrean Women from 17 units in Switzerland conducted a meeting on 22nd February focusing on strengthening organizational capacity and participation in the national development programs. Ms. Sarah Wolde-Absky, head of the union branch in Switzerland, stated that priority should be given to recruiting and organizing women youth with a view to transferring the shining history of Eritrean women to the next generation. Likewise, the youth organization in the National Union of Eritrean Women branch in Germany, which is celebrating its 4th anniversary, conducted a seminar in Frankfurt on 21st February. Ms. Segan Takhlai, chairperson of the organization, provided a briefing on the objective of the mission of the organization as well as on activities implemented thus far. Noting that the National Union of Eritrean Women in the outcome of the struggling of generations, Mr. Johannes Waldu, chargé affairs at the Eritrean Embassy in Germany, and Mr. Kibra Abtakhase, Eritrea's Consul General in Frankfurt, called for strengthened capacity and effective implementation of the organization's planned programs. Straight ahead is our international news after a short break. Welcome back. South Korean and the U.S. forces will conduct their annual spring joint military exercise next month as the allies step up preparation for the transfer of wartime operational control from Washington to Seoul, local media reported on Wednesday. The 11-day exercise, known as Freedom Shield, will run from March 9th to 19th and include a series of field maneuvers under the Warrior Shield program, Yonhap News reported, citing the South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff and the United States Forces Korean joint statement. Military officials said the drill are designed to improve combined readiness through joint multi-domain operation on land, sea, air, cyber, and space. Washington reportedly expressed reservation over Seoul's proposal to reduce field training and Lee administration's 6 10-man ties with North Korea, as Pyongyang routinely condemns the drill as rehearsal for invasion, despite all the allies' insistence that they are defensive in nature. Freedom Shield is one of 2 major annual combined exercises held by the allies, alongside the All-Chi Freedom Shield drill in August. Now, last report. Iran is close to deal with China to purchase anti-ship cruise missiles, according to 6 people with the knowledge of the negotiation, just as the United States deploys a vast naval force near the Iranian coast ahead of the possible strike on the Islamic Republic. The deal for the Chinese-made CM-302 missile is near completion, though no delivery date has been agreed, the people said. The supersonic missiles have a range about 290 kilometers and are designed to invade ship-borne defense by flying low and fast. Their deployment would significantly enhance Iran's strike capabilities and pose a threat on the U.S. naval forces in the region, 2 weapon experts said. Negotiation with China to buy a missile weapon system, which began at least 2 years ago, accelerated sharply after a 12-day war between Israel and Iran in June, according to 6 people with the knowledge of talks, including 3 officials who were briefed by the Iranian government, as well as 3 security officials. As talks entered their final stage last summer, senior Iranian military and government officials traveled to China, including Mossad Orey, Iran's deputy defense minister, according to 2 of the security officials. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Efforts to ensure participation of women in the development programs in Fortosawa subzone. Commendable maternity and healthcare service in Haga subzone. South Korean and U.S. forces to hold a joint military drill next month. And Iran nears a deal to buy anti-ship missile from China. And that was the news from ERi-TV studios. This has been the Eritrea reporting. Thanks for watching and have a good night.